Oh, Daddy, yes. He was, he did a lot of things. I remember him going with a friend of his from the railroad, selling vegetables. He had the rack truck. He was always doing something. I mean, always working with his hand. Of course, he lost his arm. But he's always changed it. We moved from the first floor to the second floor. I forget when it was, but it's more room for us. And there was Uncle Pat lived down on the first floor for a short time. Or we were on the first floor, then Uncle Pat was on the second floor, and Aunt May was in the attic. I remember that part of it. Daddy was always doing something as far as carpenter work, changing things. Taking that one hand and pushing it in, and then getting the hammer and hitting it, get it right in there without making a rose. So he was pretty handy. And then of course, again, we were up on the second floor, Carmen and I were in the attic, and Daddy would always change it. We had to pull downstairs first. I remember it being in the living room, but then he sealed that off and he put it in the kitchen, the hallway, or in the hallway going up the back door. And it was a pull down, which, then he made a ladder with a hook on it, so it'd hook on a small ladder, and he had like maybe 2 tiers, and then he had a ladder that would hook onto it from the floor up, so we could climb up, and then you take the ladder off, and we bring it upstairs with us. And then after that, he made a rope with knots, and we climb up the rope, pull the rope up. So he was always doing something. Then he did the knotty pine. He's always working on the house. Did the roof. I remember him up there working on the roof. I remember him giving me my first BB gun. Be careful. Yes, sir. No, don't. Be careful. I don't look like the movies. Don't shoot your eye out. And of course, Bob Emery talked me into taking it down the Ash Creek, which I did. Going against Daddy's wishes, I guess. He told me not to take it out of the yard, but I was edged to bring it down there, and we were shooting bottles. We were throwing bottles in the creek, and we were shooting at them. And I heard, it's my turn. And I said, oh, I gotta shoot one more. Give me the gun, I heard. And I thought it was Bob Emery, but it was the cops. So, oh, shit. I guess the people in the factory over there called the cops on me. Us. He took the gun. I said, oh, I gotta tell my father the gun was gone. I don't remember what happened, but I told him and he wasn't too happy about it. But I remember as time went on, he bought me a 22. I mean, I don't know about my father. I lost a BB gun, and guess what? I wasn't too bright with a 22 either. I remember that he said, you gotta remember 22 is a single shot, short leg, and shooting the targets. I don't know if I used a BB gun and broke all the windows, or was it 22 that broke all the windows. I'm not too sure. But I know I broke all the storm windows that went up there. He was kind of pissed off with me. I think he hit me with the gun. He was always giving me a second chance. I don't know, he had some faith in me that I was going to turn out okay. Mommy, she was good. I remember, now here it goes. I'm probably still jumping back before all the stuff I'm saying now, but we used to go to the carnival. What was this carnival? It was, I call it, St. Anne's used to have it. And I remember Daddy building me a bicycle on scrap bikes. I remember riding the bike and hitting the pole, hitting my head, come back, oh, I got a headache, And then, of course, we went to the carnival. This guy had a thing that it spins a square. You throw darts. And I guess somebody held me up and I threw the dart. And I got the number. And then if I wanted to win the bike, I had to do it one more time. And I threw the dart and I got the bike. A Columbia bike, brand new. Sweet. And I said, I want to ride it home. Mommy rode it home. And I chased her all home. That's my bike, I want to ride it. She rode it all the way home. And she was always there. Always there. Of course, when I was bad, even smaller now, here it goes back again. I always did something wrong, and she would come after me with a spoon. I'd hide under the bed, and she used to lift the mattress up while I was there. Carmen got the same thing. Get our ass kicked. We thought we could hide under the bed. That never happened. She'd catch us. We had our chores. She always made supper, and you know, we always had food on the table. I can remember sitting down, sitting where the seating was. Let's see, Daddy was at the head. I was to his right. Carmen or Mommy was to the left. Oh no, Carmen was to the left. I think it was Linda. And then Jerry, and then Mommy at the end with Anthony in the high chair. And that's how it was. And everybody had us down, and we had water. No soda, water. We ate our meals. And they were like pork chops. So if you don't want to eat the pork chops, you can get off the table. So I got off the table a couple times. Oh, and I remember getting hurt. I still have the scar. Aunt Hannah had a dog, a boxer called Lady. And I was downstairs. And the boxer went behind the stove underneath there. Here again, I'm jumping around. Went behind the stove, and I put my hand in there, and the dog growled and barked, and I pulled it out. I took a piece of meat out of my wrist there, and I bled like a stuck pig. That's what you get for going teasing a dog. So that part there, and then of course, Mommy used to do a lot of canning. Daddy would bring home stuff. I guess I don't know. Some stuff was from the garden. We always had the garbage from the garden. Burn the papers. That's another one. Burn the papers. I'll get into that one. And then Mommy would can the pears, the peaches, peppers. And you put them downstairs in the basement on the shelf, next to the bench. And I would go down there, open the pears, eat some pears, close it up, and stick it back on the shelf. 2 or 3 weeks later, Mommy goes down there, it's all moldy. I think she asked who did it. Of course, I never owned up to it, but I'm sure she knew I did it. I remember that part of it. She always looked out for me. She protected me. I was a love child. She was hoping for something. I don't know what. She always shook her head. I don't know what she was thinking. Carmen, I didn't know too much about him coming into the world. It was kind of, you know, I was there and then Carmen was there. I had someone to play with. I don't remember. It was a baby. I don't remember that far back to that thing. It was kind of vague, and things I remember as we got older, we were playing together. I remember the snowstorms. I remember Barbara and Patty. Again, we must have been 4 or 5, playing around in the backyard. When Linda came around, I forget how many years difference now, I'm not good with the years, but I remember when Linda came, and then I don't remember Jerry coming. Sorry, Jerry, I don't remember when you came. I can remember as we were growing up, you know, of course I had videos or 8mm of us on that part. That helps my memory. Anthony came along, and I was much older. Everything seemed to stem from Black Rock. We didn't leave. We stayed in that one area. It was either Schofield Avenue down to the Ash Creek, and up to the school, down to St. Mary's, and we kind of stayed in the Black Rock area. The only time we went out of the area is if we were going to go to the movies to see, you know, movies in the 50s. once in a while we went to Majestic. I remember that my Aunt May, my Aunt Anna, and my mother took us to see Wizard of Oz at the Majestic Theater on the Lowe's. I don't know which one it was. And I remember them taking us there. Most of the time we just kind of stayed in Black Rock, Ellsworth Field, and just kind of played around in the yards. The kids growing up, it was the cousins would come over, you know, the aunts would come over. Cousin Patty would come over when Aunt Connie was around, because they lived on King Street and Fairfield Avenue. That was where the pool hall was. They lived in an apartment upstairs, and it became a drugstore later, I guess. And Cousin Patty would come over and play with Carmen and I while the mothers were upstairs talking. And I remember where Patty was on his back and we sat on his feet. He would push us up in the air and we landed on our feet. Well, he did a few times with me and a few times with Carmen. He did the last time with me and pushed me up pretty high, and I kind of went over forward and I broke my arm. And I come screaming into the house. Patty broke my arm, oh my God. And the poor kid Felix, well, they called him Felix. He ran home. And I didn't see him for a while. I didn't know what happened, I don't know. After that I had a cast on there. You know, it was funny. That's about that part of it. The young ones, Linda was around, she was playing. Anthony was playing in the Carmen kind of went to play with Anthony more than I did. He would just take up. Carmen was always that way. I was kind of more independent. I just kind of did my thing, you know. I was told to do something, I did it. I remember, you know, when Mommy and Daddy would come home from shopping on a Saturday. This is still before I think the kids were born. But enough where, no, I'm sure they were around. Because Carmen and I were able to walk to the Beverly Theater and go to the movies. So we helped Mommy and Daddy put the groceries away, and we get 50 cents each, 35 for the show, and the rest of us for candy or vice versa. Well, I didn't think about it too much. We got married, she was pregnant, so good, we're gonna have a child. Everyone's having kids, you know. I told Jimmy and Jet, who are our best friends, Joyce was pregnant, we're having a baby. We're nice. Back then it was easy, you know. I wasn't worried about a job. I wasn't worried about I didn't think about the future. Bought a little insurance policy, but I didn't plan for the future. We were living one day at a time, and it was good. Joyce was working, I was working. You know, everything seemed to be okay. Enough money coming in, but God, more than enough money coming in. She was making $150, and I was making that's $300 a week. Back in them days, that's a lot of money. You know, so we were pretty well off with 2 jobs. And of course, Joyce always wanted to work. And we had the kids were being, Dawn was babysitted. We always brought her to the church, to the nuns up the street in North Avenue. They babysitted her. And then Joyce's family helped out a little bit. Yeah, I think the best was, I'm jumping around, I think the best was Newtown. I mean, we used to take a ride every Sunday, you know, go up to Mommy's, sit at the table, have the fire going. It was cozy. This was before, I think no, we were in business then. I was working for Ray on Saturdays. We would do the garbage Monday, Tuesday, don't work Wednesday, work Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I would help Ray out. And that's when I used to bring the skids up, you know, from Ray Bestis. And of course, all the wood, I could get my hands on it. It was nice to go up there, you know, it was snow, it was peaceful up on top of the mountain. Oh, the holidays were just unbelievable. And then of course, you know, Anthony would hold all the memories. He did a lot with the videos and kept it all together, I guess.
Does bring back memories. Yes, sir, Bob. Yep, I'll see everybody in a few days, but having a good time, making contact with friends. Let's move that. It's even better. Oh, my hand hurts. Well, I'll see you later. Bye.